Attention, duelists. So, it's currently far too early in the morning for me to be awake, but here I am anyway, because your boy don't sleep. But I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and there's a couple things I want to do, but then I realized I got a bunch of stuff sitting here in the replay. We're going to go ahead and go through these, make a video out of it. Buckle up, everybody. Time to talk about me. You see, it all began the day I was born. I was there. Everyone was pleased. Did not take this long to load a replay. Running the old Medolce. Activate the Chateau to start. Summon the Hoot Cake, special at Petting Sessor, whose effect will summon out from the deck, and Jelly. Using Jelly's effect, tribute herself, summon Messin Gelato. Gelato, because a beast is on the field, will add Ticket. Activate the Ticket. Use the Hoot Cake. Banish the Angeli to summon another Gelato. That Gelato will also add Salon. Activate the Salon. Then Gelato and Petting Sessor are going to overlay into Glass Souffle. Use her effect, detaching unit, making her unaffected by other monster effects. Then use her other effect to shuffle 2 cards back from the graveyard. Only do 1, and because of Chateau, it'll go to my hand. Ticket and Salon will trigger. Salon will set Promenade, and Ticket will summon an Mageline from the deck. The Mageline and the Gelato will then link together to form Sistart. Salon will allow an additional summon of the other Mageline in my hand, who will add Petting Sessor. Pass turn. My opponent, good old Jimmy XD, starts off activating Mecha Module's multi-roll and then summoning Ray. Use Promenade's effect, returning my Mageline from the grave to my hand to negate Mecha Module's multi-roll for the rest of the turn. Ticket's effect will activate and will Salon because Amidolce left the grave. Salon will whiff because I only have 1 Promenade, but the Ticket will summon a Petting Sessor, who will summon a Pudding Cess. My opponent then uses Change of Heart, taking my Sistart, and then using her and Ray to link together into Nightmare Unicorn. Very rude. He uses the effect, pitching a Widow Anchor, targeting my Chateau, and then chaining a Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones will summon a token. Unicorn will spin the field spell. Then he'll take that token and he'll link that away into a Kagari. Kagari will add Hornet Drones back to their hand. Then the Unicorn and the Kagari are going to link together even further into the Access Code Talker. How basic of him. Access Code will target Unicorn, gaining stats. I will fire off with Glass Souffle's effect, targeting herself, and spinning Kagari and Unicorn out of the grave, so his access code has no targets to banish and cannot pop my cards. He responds by activating the Hornet Drones again, summoning the token once more, linking it away again. Super annoying. For a Hayate. Ruined Battle. Access code will swing over Souffle, and Hayate will punch my Mageline. He will then use Hayate's effect, sending away Mobilize Linkage. Mageline will be shuffled into the deck by her own effect. Main phase 2, Hayate will turn into Shizuku. Access code will now banish Hayate, popping Petting Sessor, who will shuffle. And during the end phase, Shizuku will add Mobilize Engage. Multi-roll, still negated, will do nothing. My turn. Using the effect of Vernal Self of the Flourishing Hills, pitching her and Petting Sessor, adding Vera the Vernal Self Goddess, and being able to summon back Petting Sessor from the deck. Petting Sessor will let me summon my Messin Gelato in my hand, who will add me back Chateau. I'll use Hoot Cake's effect, banish the Flourishing Hills, so I can summon Angeli, and then I'll tribute the Owl and the Messin Gelato for Vera the Vernal Sylph. Use her effect, stealing access code, using its effect, banish my own Sistart, pop Shizuku. Ray's effect will activate. Vera will negate. Activate Chateau, shuffling all my monsters back. Ticket and Salon will activate. Salon will whiff. Ticket will add Petting Sesor. Move to battle. Everybody starts swinging, laying down the beatdown on Sky Striker with their own access code for game. We call that one a dub. Rip to you, Jimmy. Opponent goes first, summons Mudora, sets one and passes. Start off activating the ticket. Then Vernal Self Corolla, summon Angeli, use her effect, tributing herself. Opponent responds with a Haveness. Element Garbage. I fire off Maxi in response. And he has the Nobleman O crossout or response. Sorry, crossout designator. The man is the Nobleman of crossout. But there goes his to stop mine. Haveness will summon herself, mill a few. Angeli will then summon Petting Sesor. Petting Sesor's on summon will activate. And unfortunately, the opponent got a hit off of Agido. Agido will mill 5 for each. Petting Sesor will bring out Hoot Cake. There, Sharon and Merrily will activate. He'll banish his Mudora to target a bunch of mine. Don't know why he did that. Sent them back. Merrily and Gamma Seal are going to fuse into Kit Kalos. And Sharon is going to fuse with King of the Swamp and Haveness into Kaleido Heart. Now, because he did shuffle back my own monsters, my Medolce ticket will activate. He'll use Kaleido Heart's effect in response. And Kit Kalos will chain because she was summoned. Adding Heartbeat. Kaleido Heart spins the ticket. Ticket whiffs. Hoot Cake will then banish my Max C to summon Gelato. Gelato will add Salon. Activate. Use the effect of Misty Seedling, pitching Gelato. Adding a Flourishing Hills, summoning back to the Gelato I discarded, who will add Chateau. Activate the Chateau. Shuffle, shuffle. Salon will activate, letting me set Promenade. Gelato and Petting Sesor will overlay into Queen Tiaramasu. I will use Vera's Flourishing Hills effect, thanks to my Corolla being able to discard her alone, adding Vera the Vernal Self Goddess. Unfortunately, no target to summon. My two remaining onboard Medolces will link away into Sistart, then using Queen Tiaramasu, detaching unit, shuffling 2 back, but thanks to Chateau, they go to my hand instead. Getting rid of both my opponent's Tearlaments, using Salon to summon Hoot Cake. My opponent realizing I undid his entire play on my turn nonsense, and giving up. Amazonas. A classic. Using Warchief's effect, my opponent responds with Max C. Unfortunately, I have to play into it, but triple attack might just do me right. Warchief is summoned, he draws a card. Warchief's on summon effect is going to be stopped by Emperm. I'm starting to feel downright miffed. Activate the triple attack. Give me 2. Not bad. Activate the village. Set 3 and pass. I can work with this. Opponent draws, activate Hot Springs, which will add Queen. Activate Onslaught then, and wait. Opponent will use Aquarium Stage. Water monsters cannot be destroyed by battle with non-water monsters, and Aquacturous monsters that control unaffected by my monster effects. Then activates Sea Stealth 2. Sets 2. During the end phase, I'll use Secret Arts, using Queen and Silver Sword for Empress. Silver Sword will set herself. and provide a nice little attack stat boost to all my Amazonesses. Move right to battle, because I'm a battle deck. Opponent activates Trap Trick, and C Stealth Attack. Trap Trick will get rid of Karyushin's Dark Reef and set a new one. Then he activates it, getting rid of his Sea Stealth 2, to summon the Ocean Dragon Lord and summon Electric Jellyfish. I will swing with the War Chief at the Ocean Dragon Lord Karyushin, using Silver Sword Master's effect to target my Secret Arts, add it back to my hand. War Chief attacks, and thanks to Empress, all my Amazonesses do piercing damage. Normally he wouldn't be able to be destroyed thanks to Aquarium Stage, but Onslaught says after an Amazoness does damage calculation in battles, I can banish the monster it fought. So there goes the Ocean Dragon Lord. There goes the Jellyfish, also banished. Still the battle phase, use the Secret Arts that was added back to my hand. Use the Empress and the War Chief. For Augusta. Augusta's effect will summon from the deck Princess. I have lethal on board. They surrender. Connection failure I choose to interpret as a rage plug pull. And in this one, we have a very special celebrity guest, the very one Johnny Bravo, showing up with the Sue shipmate. Respect it. I'm running heroes. They're fun. Use Ferris's effect, pitching Ferris to summon himself. Ferris that was summoned effect will activate. Opponent will use Bestial Baldrake, targeting the Ferris Engrave. Fire off Max C in response. Because there's never just one Bestial, is there? It all resolves. Get to draw a card for it. Ferris will increase. Increase will tribute Ferris, summon himself, and then bring out Vion. Vion will send away Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist adds Stratos. Use Crosskeeper's effect, pitching himself, to be able to summon Stratos. Stratos will add Liquid Soldier. Vion will banish the Ferris Engrave, add Polymerization. Discard a Dusted Gold, add Dark Calling. Increase and Vion will then link together for Extra Hero Wonder Driver. Then use Polymerization, fusing Stratos with Liquid to make Sunrise in the zone that Wonder Driver points to. Wonder Driver's effect will activate as Chainlink 1, being able to re-add my Polymerization, Liquid Soldier as Chainlink 2 to draw 2 cards, discard 1, and Crosskeeper to draw 2 cards, put 1 back in the deck. And last but not least, Sunrise to add Miracle Fusion. Sunrise adds Miracle Fusion first. Crosskeeper will draw 2, put 1 back, send back a Hero Lives, because my board already has monsters. Liquid Soldier draws 2, discard Malicious, and Driver sets Poly. Summon Shadow Mist, because I have not normal summoned yet, and link her away with Wonder for Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader will target my Malicious Engrave and summon it. Then use his effect to tribute Malicious, add Denier to my hand. Malicious will banish itself to summon its twin. Use Polymerization, use Malicious and Denier. Doing it the hard way. Phoenix Enforcer. Denier's effect will activate, summoning itself back, and putting a Malicious from banished back on top of the deck. Malicious Engrave number 2 will banish itself to summon that Malicious. Then 3 heroes go away for Plasma. Activate Dark Calling, getting rid of a Dusted Gold and Malicious. For Malicious Bane. Use Bane's effect, popping the Baldrake, setting my called by, and passing. Opponent summons Ecclesia, realizes her effect does not work because of Plasma, and gives up. Not really a counterplay game, but a well set up hero board. This is when I was practicing with the Ninja deck, because it's a fun deck. Opponent sets 2 and passes. Draw Imperm, doesn't help. Activate Pot of Prosp. Get rid of 3, check the top. Add the Upstart. Summon him, use his effect, getting rid of my Ninja Art duplication to special out Hanzo. We'll add Baku. Baku is added to hand, so he summons himself and adds my duplication back. Then link away those 2, or rather fuse those 2 away for a contact fuse into Mazen the Battle Ninja. Activate my tool of Iron Digger, putting it onto Mazen, banishing my Upstart, targeting my opponent's set card, which is called by, which he will activate. In response to him doing that, Mazen's effect will activate. Summoning a Kagero the Cannon Ninja from the deck. Baku goes away. Pointless pop. Kagero's effect will activate, letting me set my Hanzo from hand. Then Cannon Ninja and Hanzo on field already will link away for Ninja Grandmaster Saizo, pointing at Mazen. My opponent will use Magnamut, banishing my Hanzo to summon itself. Hanzo's effect will activate, chaining off of Magnamuts. Set the entire back row. Punch over his Magnamut with Mazen, and punch direct with Saizo. Unfortunately, he takes half damage to Duprosby, but it's whatevs. He adds Lubellion. He then uses Lubellion. In response to using Lubellion, Mazen's effect will chain. He'll use Bestial Saronir, targeting his own Magnamut. It is summoned. Mazen will resolve, summoning a Mitsu Insect Ninja. And then he is able to add a Bestial Drua's Worm. He will then tribute the Saronir on board to summon the Bestial Lubellion. Saronir's effect will activate, sending away Branded Beast. In response to him using Lubellion's effect, Mitsu will chain, targeting my set Hanzo, flipping him up, herself down, and negating Lubellion. He will then use Kurikara Div Incarnate, tributing my Mazen in order to summon her. The effect of my ninja tool, Iron Digger, will activate, targeting my banished Baku. I'll then chain Ninjutsu Art of Duplication, tributing Hanzo. The Ninja Art will summon out 3, which will be Green Ninja and 2 Tobari the Sky Ninja. The Iron Digger will summon Baku, set. The Tobari that will summon face up will then use its effect to fuse with the Green Armor Ninja. Green Ninja for Yaguramu. Yagura Amaru. Got it. First try. Once he's summoned, we're going to use his effect to banish one other ninja and to target one card in the field and banish it as well. I'll banish Hanzo from the grave, targeting Lubellion. Green Ninja's effect will activate. Keep saying Green Armor Ninja. That's a different card. He activates Bestial Druid's Worm, chaining to Mazen. Activate Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. Chain resolves. The notebook will summon my Mazen, so he has no target for his Bestial, and also set Dancing Leaves. Green Ninja will flip Kurikara down, and Lubellion is banished. Ninjas are really good at playing on your opponent's turn in not directly destructive ways, being super annoying. Hey, if you can beat Despia, Bestial Despia. We only really saw the Bestials, but you get the point. Ninjas won. And here's where I had to unleash my full power. Runic Necheria in the Duelist Cup. Opponent activates Dark Contract with the gate, adding DD Necro Slime. Using the effect of Swirl Slime in his hand, fusing it with the Necro Slime to make Flame King Genghis. Necro Slime will banish itself and Swirl Slime to do another fusion of Oracle King Dark. He then summons Copernicus. Copernicus will send away Lamia. Lamia will get rid of the ghost in hand, discarding it to summon herself. Genghis will then summon the ghost. Ghost and Copernicus will link together for Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh's effect, setting the scales immediately. Dark will heal him instead of making him take damage. He put Newton and Laplace in the scales. Pendulum summoning for Copernicus and Oblivion King Bis Ragnarok. My turn. Activate the Runic Fountain. Summon Carmelia. Carmelia sending away Sacred Tree. The tree will add Naturia Blessing. Activate Runic Destruction. Summoning Hugin. Use her effect. Discarding Sunflower, adding another fountain. Then activate Blessing, summoning the Sunflower. Activate Flashing Fire, popping Gilgamesh, banishing a few. Gilgamesh was popped. Use Sunflower's effect, chained with Carmelia, comboed rather, to negate Gilgamesh. Sacred Tree was sent away. Lucky me, add Mole Cricket, use Runic Tip, add Smiting Storm. Use the fountain, putting back 3 runic cards to draw 3. Then all my monsters are going to sync together for Draco Berserker. Place Runic Fountain over Runic Fountain. Activate Runic Slumber. Summoning Gary. Gary will add Runic Fountain back to my hand from the grave. Activate Smiting Storm. Banishing cards from the top of my opponent's deck equal to the cards they control. Use Fountain. Put 2 back. Draw 2. Actually put 3 back. My opponent activates Ghost's effect. Ghost will return Necro Slime to the graveyard. I draw more cards. Use Magnamut. Banish the Swirl Slime he just put back. Magnamut's effect will activate. And unfortunately, my battle phase is skipped, because that's how it goes. And I will discard Mole Cricket, because that's useful in the grave. And I get to add Druid's Worm. My opponent's turn. Dark Contract with the Gate will heal him thanks to Dark. He uses its effect again, adding 0 King Laplace. Activate Runic Dispelling, because he added a card, discard a card, banish a few. Then activate Flashing Fire, popping his Ragnarok, and Runic Tip, adding Smiting Storm. Runic Fountain, put cards back, draw cards. He'll use Lamia and Copernicus, linking together for Gilgamesh Aganemesh. Gengis' effect will activate. I will chain Mole Cricket, and chain my Baldrake, targeting the monster he targeted with his Genghis. So his monster is banished. Mole Cricket is summoned. I have Baldrake. Then I tribute the Mole Cricket, summoning Camellia. Camellia will send away Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree will add Blessing. Opponent will Pendulum Summon. Gets 2 of his cards back. Ragnarok will target Gilgamesh. Copernicus will do its search. Camellia will respond, summoning back my Sunflower. He sends his card away, summons Gilgamesh. I use Baldrake, tributing Magnamut, targeting the Gilgamesh, and then chain Smiting Storm. His board's pretty full. Chain Druid's Worm to the Smiting Storm. It is summoned, Slime is banished again. He loses more cards. Baldrake will get rid of that Gilgamesh that just came back. Ghost will once again attempt to put Slime back in the graveyard. Still not letting that happen. Negate it with Sunflower. He uses Ragnarok, contributing Copernicus, targeting my Draco Berserker. Use Sunflower again, this time have to tribute, to negate and destroy. He's able to add Abyss King Ragnarok thanks to his 0 King Laplace. He swings Gilgamesh into my Baldrake, then swings over it with Dark, swings over Gary with Genghis. Use Gary's effect, popping the Dark. He has 2 cards left. He activates Dark Contract with the Eternal Darkness. I chain Destruction and Flashing Fire. Flashing Fire pops Genghis, gets rid of his last 2. Destruction summons out Moonin. Runic Fountain puts cards back. At this point, I'm playing for quests. Activate Naturia Blessing, summon Camellia. Activate another Blessing, summoning Sunflower. End turn. Moonin will heal me up. He has no cards. Goodbye. I know it's degenerate to play Runics, but when you're going up against the Duel Festival, Duelist Cup, what choice do I have? They made me a monster. Back to the Madolce cuteness. Use Vernal Self of the Mist, pitching itself in Hoot Cake. Opponent fires off Max C. I have no response, so it resolves. I add Angeli, and Hoot Cake is summoned. Use Flourishing Hills, pitching herself in Vera, adding Awakening. Vera is summoned turn 1. Use Awakening, pitching itself in Mudora, sending away my Barrier Statue of Drought, summoning back the Flourishing Hills. Attempt to use Hoot Cake's effect. Opponent will imperm me. Very rude. I'll then summon Angeli, use her effect, tributing herself. Summoning Petting Sesor. Sesor will bring out Gelato. Gelato will add Ticket. Activate the ticket. Petting Sesor and Gelato will link together for Fresh Sistart. The Nundertaker is in the house. Took the Maxi challenge, but there's a reason. Because I know I'm about to block him. I use Vera's effect, targeting Barrier Statue of Drought. He uses Max C. Vera will summon the Barrier Statue. He uses the effect of the... What is your ridiculous name? Albion the Shrouded Dragon, sending away Fallen of Albaz and putting itself back to draw a card. Activates Branded Opening. Discarding Blazing Cartesia, adding Dramaturge to hand. Uses Branded in Red, targeting Fallen of Albaz. I use Mudora, targeting the monsters in his grave and one of mine, which is Gelato. Put them all back in the deck. Branded in Red whiffs. A monster was put back. Ticket will add Angeli. He summons the Eluber. Use Vera's effect to negate and destroy. He sets 4 and passes. Draw Angeli again. Use Hoot Cake, banishing Misty Seedlings to summon Gelato. Gelato will add Promenade. Set it. Swing Sistart, Hoot Cake, and Gelato. Pass turn. Opponent summons Albaz, swings over the Barrier Statue of Drought, and at this point he's realizing that he wasn't able to fuse. Hey, beginning of blue, you absolutely may show a replay. Realizing that Fallen of Albaz cannot fuse because Drought will not let him summon non-Earths, he swings over it. Then I use Vera's effect still during the battle phase, targeting Drought again. He activates a Branded Banishment, targeting Eluber. Use my Promenade, bouncing an Angeli from the grave to negate the banishment. Hey, thanks for the follow. Vera summons back Drought. He's not summoning anything. Ticket lets me add Mageline. And he crumbles like a house of cards. Yay. These numbers. Hey, Lou. Oh. Hey, thanks. I go for a casual vibe that occasionally breaks out into madness. It's the voices. Don't worry. I got it tamped down, though. Loving these wins. Loving this rank difference, too. Got some ones in the start out here, and then bronze, and you had one in platinum. Respect. Is there one of these in particular you want me to watch, or do you want me to go through all of them? Start with the greens and let's work our way up the ranks. I got nothing but time. All right, run in cash with Phantom Knights. All right. Here I am. Opponent summons Picariatic Nister using its effect, adding the card. Well, I'm as free as someone who doesn't have to go into work today is. They link away to Dark Infant, who will add Island. Activates the Island. Summons Achichichi. Achichichi will add Bururu. Links away Infant and Achichichi for the splash. Hey, it's a good card still. Summons Bururu, which will send away Gachiri. Splash Mage will summon back Picari. Picari and Bururu will sync together for the Wind Pegasus. Bururu's effect will activate, summoning back Picari again. Activates I Meet You, revealing a monster, adding Denmari. Link away the Picari for Link Decoder. Then links away all of his monsters for the Dark Templar, adding Nister. Link Decoder's effect will activate, summoning itself. Dark Templar will summon back Picari and Bururu. Activates I Reborn, Idle Reborn, targeting the Wind Pegasus. Picari and Bururu once again, this time linking for Code Talker Inverted. Inverted will summon out Mathmech Sigma. Invert and Sigma will then turn a Transcode Talker, which will target Splash Mage, summon it. Links away Dark Templar, Splash, and Decode for Firewall Dragon Singularity. Sets one in the back row and passes. Starting off with Eroda, adding Riseheart. Special out Unicorn. Opponent uses Book of the Eclipse, getting flipped down. Then summon Riseheart, banishing a Fenrir, 3 of the opponents. Set 3. Unicorn is flipped up during the end phase. Passes turn. They flip up their monster. Start off with Waboku. They'll use Monster Reborn, targeting Picari. Fogblade targeting the Pegasus. Picari on deck. Activate Kashtira Preparations. Opponent will use Firewall Dragon Singularity's effect, targeting Unicorn. Unicorn is added back to your hand. Preparations will summon back Fenrir. They add I Meet You. Then activate it, revealing Denmari in hand. Adding Doyon. Summon the Doyon, which will target the Dark Templar, put it back in the extra deck. Fenrir will then banish the field spell. Transcode summons back Splash Mage. Doyon and Picari will then overlay for the Light Dragon Agnister, which will detach one card, popping both of your monsters. Splash Mage's effect, then summoning Gachiri. Ending turn, and they take some damage due to I Meet You, Waboku keeping the game alive, drawing Mirror Force. Setting it, summon Unicorn. Opponent uses Firewall Dragon. Preparations in response. Summon out Ogre. 2 cards bounced. Ogre will add Big Bang. Set 1, activate Kashtira Birth. Summoning back Fenrir. Set 1. Fenrir will add Tearlament's Kashtira. Tearlament's Kashtira is summoned. Riseheart is banished from the grave. Tearlament's Cash will banish 3. Then all monsters on deck are going to overlay for a 3-stack Riseheart. Moves to battle, swing at the Light Dragon. They will banish Idle Reborn, sending one from hand, adding I Meet You. Kashtira Birth will activate, targeting 3, chained off of a Riseheart. 3 are banished. A Riseheart will then steal a banished card for material. Do it again. Yeah, Chi-Chi is banished. Huh. Where did he blew himself up for that? Chi-Chi is banished to get rid of the Light Dragon. And Picariatic Nister is then banished. 6-stack material on the Riseheart. Yeah, I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure he thought your monster would pop. Opponent uses Splash Mage's effect, targeting Doyon. Chain Kashtira Big Bang. Singularity will activate, targeting the Fog Blade. Blade is bounced. And there goes everyone. Doyon's here, though. Arise Heart effect, Doyon chaining. Big Bang, chain, targeting Arise. Arise will detach 3. Target the Pegasus. There it goes. By horse. Doyon negated. Arise Heart. Taken materials. An opponent surrenders. That was an impressive display against that board he put up. Some solid work. Ooh, Nouvelles. Love these. Opponent T sets, uses Dictator of D, sending away Blue Eyes, summoning himself, discards Blue Eyes from hand, summons one back from the grave. Opponent has wide T set pass, and Manju. Summon the Manju. Opponent activates True Light. True Light will set Chaos form. Activate Nouvellas at table, adding Chef Special. Then use the Today's Menu, getting Boulabas and Fish Recipe. Using the effect of the field spell, sending back Conferus, drawing 1. Activate Fish Recipe. Using Balmonwe and Boulabas. 4. Bear Grill. Bear Grills. Bear Grill will negate the effects of all the opponent's monsters, then chain to use its effect to tribute the Dictator of D. Summoning the Hungry Burger. Then 3 monsters on board, link all of them away. Nephthys, Sacred Flame. Solid tech choice for a ritual deck. Big enough to swing over that Blue Eyes. Then during the end phase, the restaurant will put back the burger and the fish recipe. Fish burgers it is. And you get to draw the chef. Opponent summons the maiden. Activate Called By, targeting the Blue Eyes. True Light will activate in response. Summoning a Blue Eyes from the grave. Called By unfortunately whiffs, and he cannot swing over Nephthys. Draw Culinary Showdown. Culinary Confrontation. Opponent chains True Light. Setting Strength and Unity. Confrontation summons the chef and Patissier. Chef will add Boulabas. And recipe. Use the recipe, tributing the chef to summon Boulabas. Boulabas will do his Excavate 5 and Search. Fish Lady will put herself back in the scale. Three hits. Add Balmonwe. Use the effect of the field spell, send him back, draw 1. Use the effect of... I really forget how to say this, but it's French, and French is always annoying. Poissonnière. Use her effect, summoning herself, flipping up the opponent's set White Stone of Ancients. Swing over Patissier Couverture. Will put herself in the scale. Swing with Boulabas at the Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Her effect will activate. Chef's Special Recipe will activate in response to negate and destroy her effect. Ah, just negate. Right, doesn't have a Nouvelles that was summoned by a Nouvelles. That's why it didn't pop. But still gets rid of the Maiden, which is always annoying to deal with her. Has been for over a decade. Main 2, Boulabas and Poissonnier. Make Dynamondo. I love this guy. He's such a good card. Dynamondo will get rid of the True Light and spin Belle Grill. Patissier will then put Poissonnier in the other pendulum scale. So now you get the 2 rivals side to side, although at arm's length. And during the end phase, At table, we'll put back 2, draw 1. Such a good card engine card. Opponent's turn. The white stone to defense mode. Dictator of D again. Sending away a Blue Eyes. Dynamondo effect, tributing itself. Adding Boulebas. I know I'm saying that one wrong. Dictator will discard the alternative white dragon. Summon a Blue Eyes. Still cannot get over Neptus. Another culinary confrontation. Use the effect of the field spell. Put back Conferus. Get another chef special. Opponent surrenders. He can put up Blue Eyes all day, but if he can't get over Nephthys, it doesn't really matter. More of that cash money. Activating Rhoda. Add Rise Heart. Activate Castor Theosis. Summoning Fenrir. Rise Heart will banish Ogre. Banish 3 of the opponents. Adding Unicorn. Set to Overlay. Shangri-Ira. A prismatic Shangri-Ira. Well, you have to play it now. Ira will summon Fenrir. Opponent summons Yellow Ninja. What in God's name are they doing with some of these? Summons Yellow Ninja, which will summon Twilight Ninja Kagan, face down. Oh, he's running the structure deck out the box. Fenrir's effect will activate, banishing the Yellow Ninja. Ira will block a zone. Opponent will use Mitsu, summoning herself. Big Bang in response, banishing Fenrir and the set. Ira will block another spot. They set 2 back row and pass. Hey, Gamma. Ira's effect will activate. Ninjutsu Art Transformation, tributing Mitsu. Summon Baku. Unicorn's brought out. Baku will bounce the Ninjutsu Art, which will pop himself because it needs to stay on the field. Unicorn gets rid of Mazen. Now the zone is blocked. Earth is added. Drawn. And we'll summon back the Ogre. Ogre add preparations. Set. Ogre swing. Banish 1. Hero block a zone. Unicorn swing. Pass turn, activate preparations, summoning second Unicorn. Hero will summon Scareclaw Kashtira. Opponent summons Lady Ninja Yay, setting 2 in the back row. Here's effect. Another Ninjutsu Art Transformation. Summoning Tobari. Tearlaman's Kashtira. Getting rid of a few. Tobari is tributed for Gamma Seal. Ogre effect, adding Big Bang. Unicorn effect, adding Kashtira Theosis. Another prismatic. Scare Ogre and Unicorn, making a Rise Heart. Activate Theosis. Target Unicorn, summoning another Rise Heart. A Rise Heart effect. Kashtira overlap in response. Chaining. Targeting. Buffing. Goodbye, Rise. Banish card taken as material. Effect activates. Because card was banished again. Overlap will chain. Preparations will chain. Preparation summoning back Rise Heart. Material stolen. Rise Heart's effect. Banishing Ogre. Cards are banished. A Rise Heart effect. Taking cards. Shangri-Ira block a zone. A Rise Heart. Banish 3. Banishing Gamma face down. No more turtles. Turtles all the way face down. A Rise Heart. Taking material for units. Swing for game. 45 hundo. Not bad. Start out, summon an Ogre, activate Birth, Ogre effect, adding Preparations. Set 2, Rise Heart effect, summoning itself, getting rid of Fenrir. Gesture of Birth, summon back Fenrir. Fenrir effect, add Unicorn. Birth effect, summon Unicorn. Add Theosis. Activate the Theosis, targeting Arise. Summoning Tyrlin's Cash. Tear Cash. Mill 3 of the opponents. Tear Cash and Ogre turn to Shangri-Ira. Fenrir, Rise Heart, and Unicorn all go into Arise Heart. Pass turn. Activate Preparations. Shangri-Ira will summon Fenrir. Opponent uses Sea Moon, getting rid of Steam the Cloak. Which allows them to place Black Whirlwind up and then summon itself. Arise Heart will activate because card is banished. Black Whirlwind chaining, Fenrir chaining. Arise Heart getting rid of that Black Whirlwind. There it goes. Fenrir getting rid of Sea Moon. Whirlwind is no longer on field, so it whiffs. And Arise Heart will steal a material. Cards are banished, so Shangri-Ira will activate its effect. Twice. Arise Heart will activate again to steal. And Birth to do something about those pesky cards in the grave. And Preparations to summon a cash. Unicorn's back. Birth will banish. Hero will block 2 zones. Arise Heart steals a unit. But wait, more cards were banished. So, Ira and Arise will do their thing. Could be Ira, actually. Opponent then summons Vata the Emblem. Cast Ira Big Bang in response. Cards are banished thanks to Vata's own effect and Big Bang. Arise Heart will steal some. They set 2, passing. Preparations. Summons back Tear Cash. Tear Cash will banish 3. Cards are banished. Arise Heart steals them. Birth to summon Ogre. Scareclaw Kashtira. Summon getting rid of Theosis. Ah, I see you know the man. Rise Heart is added back. Arise Heart will steal units. Rise Heart summoned. Get rid of an Ogre. Banish more cards. Arise Heart takes them. Rise Heart and here are going to make Shangri-Ira once again. Swing Scareclaw Cash. No damage. Ogre will swing. Look at a bunch. Banish 1. Arise Heart will take it. Ira will block his own. Arise Heart will banish 1 of the back row. And the chain starts all over again. Arise Heart will take a unit. Ira will block his own. Ogre does damage. Arise does damage. Main 2, Ogre and Claw. We're going to make another Ira. Third one. Arise Heart will get rid of 3, get rid of that last pesky back row, and then steal a card. Cards are banished, so both Iras are going to block zones. Preparations is chain 4. Summoning back Fenrir. One Ira will summon Unicorn. They summon Zephyros. Bounce it off of Ira. Arise Heart will do something about that bird. Then cards are banished, so the process will begin anew. But they're just going to give up, because there's not much they can do. Ooh, Ear Cash versus Scareclaw. Opponent starts off by summoning Acro, linking off for Lightheart. Lightheart's effect will activate. Havness will chain. Havness summon Self, mill 3. Lightheart, add Reichphobia. Then activates Forbidden Droplet, pitching Visa Starfrost. Agita will activate in response, summoning itself. They activate Reichphobia, which will add Reichheart. Reichheart will summon Self, and add Scareclaw Arrival. Activates Arrival, targeting Acro, summoning it. Then links away Lightheart, Reichheart, and Acro for Scareclaw Triheart. Triheart will turn all monsters to defense mode. Summon Acro. Add Astra to hand. Special out Astra. Activates Arrival, summoning Reichheart. Sets 1 and passes. Ooh, Thunderbird. Monster Reborn, targeting Fenrir. Fenrir on board. Turn to defense mode. Its effect will activate Imperm in response, which I think is unnecessary. Pretty sure Scareclaw will take care of it. Either way, Fenrir is negated. Danger Thunderbird activates effect. Crime is discarded. Get to draw 1, which is Rhoda. Activate Rhoda, adding Rhinoheart. Link away 4. Saryuja Skulldread. With 4 different names, it'll use all of its effects. Draw 4, put back 3, set Mirror Force. Use its effects, Special out Unicorn. Skulldread will give it a boost. Unicorn will add Birth. Activate Birth. Birth will summon Fenrir back from the grave. Unicorn and Fenrir will overlay. Shangri-Ira. Skulldread give it a little bit of a boost. Summon Rhinoheart. Rhinoheart effect. Send away Sharon. Sharon effect. Fusing with herself and 2 others. Kaleidoheart. Kaleidoheart effect. Targeting Triheart. Skulldread, punch over Reichheart. Pass turn. Shangri-Ira will summon Fenrir. Reichphobia will target Shangri-Ira. Shangri-Ira will detach a unit. Cards are banished. A zone is blocked. Swing and Mirror Force. Goodbye, Try. No one ever expects it. Astra is linked away for another Lightheart. He's starting over. Adds a new Reichphobia. Fenrir's effect, banishing Lightheart. Shangri-Ira, lock a zone. Acro effect, link away for Lightheart. But it does require zones that are adjacent. And those are kind of blocked right now. He adds another Reichphobia, activates it, adding Balone. Summon out Balone. Balone and Light turn into Dark. Parallel Exceed will summon itself. And summon its twin. Skulldread gives it a boost, but it doesn't matter. Both Parallel Exceeds are going to overlay into number 41, Baguska. Then Baguska and Dark are going to link together for Nightmare Unicorn. Unicorn discarding the last card in his hand, getting rid of Saryuja. Don't think that was the best target he could have done. But damage is done. Shangri-Ira will summon Riseheart. Realizing how cooked they are, surrenders. River Dachi. No one ever expects the classics. Shame. Spellbook Star Hall is activated. Each time a spellbook card is activated, place a spell counter on it. All spellcasts get boost. When this card's spell counter is destroyed to the graveyard, add a spellcast type monster. Result is less than or equal to. Gotcha. Then Spellbook of Knowledge. Getting rid of the Spellbook Star Hall in hand, drawing 2. Special add Ogre. Ogre add Prep. Set Prep, pass. Opponent sets 1 and passes. Activate Prep during the end phase, summoning the second Ogre. There's the second Prep for the second Ogre. But, going into the main phase, XZ summoning Shangri-Ara. Turn passes. Ira summons Fenrir. Opponent flips up Lancer Dragonute, tributes it for Strong Wind Dragon. Strong Wind Dragon's effect will activate. Fenrir will chain. Oh, just does piercing damage and gains a boost. Not impressive. Fenrir will handle that. And because the card is banished, Ira will block his own. During the standby phase, Ira will summon Unicorn. Fenrir adds Rise Heart. Unicorn adds Birth. Activate the Birth. Rise Heart is summoned. Banishes 1. 3. Block the zone. Birth summons the High Priestess. Opponent is Suren Dun. Turbo cooked. Lethal on board. The High Priestess is an unexpected choice. I've seen people run Dark Magician for it, though. So, same level and type. Opponent activates Dictator of D. Send away a Blue Eyes, summon self. Discard a White Stone. Summon the Blue Eyes. White Stone of Legend. White Stone of Legend was sent to the grave. Adds a Blue Eyes. Opponent uses Bestial Rebellion, sending itself away, add Magnamut. Magnamut will banish the stone, summon itself. Effect will activate in the end phase, but is tributed for Bestial Rebellion. Rebellion will set... Which one is that? The name of the branded cards always escapes me. Branded Regained. I swear they have too many cards with the word branded in them. Anyway, overlays these monsters for the Zombie Vampire. Using its effect, detaching 1, both players mill 4. No Punk Foxy Toon was sent away and is summoned, but Sharon was also sent away. Sharon will fuse with Gamma Seal. And Rhino Heart. Kaleido Heart turn 1 entirely due to the opponent. A White Stone was hit again, so they got another Blue Eyes. Branded Regained will activate, targeting Magnamut. Kaleido Heart effect. Getting rid of the Foxy. Regains resummons Magnamut. Then Dictator and Zombie Vampire will link together. IP Masquerena. During the end phase, they get to add Jet Dragon. That felt like a very weak turn for them. I don't think they should have gone for IP, but whatever. Set and activate Prosby for 3. Adding Tearlament's Meta Noise. Activating Foolish Burial. Send away Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart go away. Summon Self. Discarding 1. His on summon will activate, as will Celiax being discarded and sent to grave. Adding Sharon. Rhino Heart sends away Havness. Kaleido Heart will target Regained with its effect. Havness will chain. IP will chain. Linking away with Magnamut. Or Unicorn, but it might just be too late. Havness will fuse with Rhino. Or Kit Kalos. Kaleido Heart gets rid of the Regained. Kit Kalos on summon will activate. Unicorn will pitch Blue Eyes. Spin Kit Kat. Kit Kat will still send away a card. Sharon's effect will activate. Now he uses Maxi. That's far too late. Maxi goes through, though. Sharon is summoned, discarding Thunderbird, milling 3. Marilee was hit. Marilee's effect to fuse. Is this the return of the Kit Kat bar? There is. Set 2. Swing over the horse with Kaleido. Opponent uses Jet Dragon then, summoning itself. Pass turn. Opponent banishes 3 of Light and Dark to summon Chaos Dragon Leviner. Chilliman's Meta Noise will activate in response, targeting the Leviner, flipping it down. Its effect will still go through, though, popping 2. Kaleido Heart will activate, targeting Jet. Sharon was sent away, her effect will activate. Kit Kalos will also do 1, milling 5. Sharon fusing herself with Kit Kalos for Rule Kalos. Kaleido gets rid of the Jet. Marilee was hit, so she will fuse with Rhino. Kit Kat once more. The Revenge. Kit Kat will add Sharon. Leviner is tributed for Lubellion. Reactivates Brander Regained, summoning Zeomin. Zeomin will add Foxy Tune, paying 600. Ear Note will use its effect, revealing the Foxy Tune. Rukalos will chain, negating Deer Note and destroying. Foxy Tune effect, tributing Zeomin, summoning Self. Then Foxy and Lubel will overlay. For number 38, Hope Harbinger. Move to battle, Hope Harbinger, swing into Kit Kalos, not destroying. Drawing that trusty Mirror Force. Kit Kalos effect, targeting herself, summoning back Sharon from the grave. Kaleido Heart will activate, targeting number 38. Kit Kalos in the grave will mill. There go 5. Kaleido will bounce. Spin, rather. Marilee's effect will activate, as will Meta Noise for being hit off of Kit Kalos. Meta Noise will add to hand. Summoned. Sending away 3, another hit. Havnus and Kit Kalos. Dragostapelia. Sharon and Marilee on board will link together. IP Masquerena on a bike. Kaleido go direct. Rukalos follow up, and Dragostapelia for the big finisher. Bold of that man to take Blue Eyes into this, the year of our Lord, 2023. Hey man, all duels are good duels. The Starry is a surprise. Opponent uses Labyrinth Shen Dragolier, pitching itself and Arion to set Welcome Labyrinth. Then uses Stovey, pitching Made to... Excuse me? Made to order Mermaid Outfit Outfitter. Why are you running that? This player concerns me. Got some moves. Anyway, Labyrinth is set and then activated. Player then summons Arion and passes. Activates the Welcome Labyrinth. Immediately summoning Lady Labyrinth, who has no protections because he has no set cards. Starry Night Balefire is then activated. Adding Starry Night Rail. And Starry Night Starry Dragon is summoned. Because it was summoned, it'll pop the Labyrinth. Rail is then summoned, which will add Starry Night Ordeal. Activate the Ordeal. Set 3. Starry will swing, banish Lady, and then redirect to swing over Arion. Lady comes back during the end. During the opponent's main phase, activates Starry Night Arrival. And then surrendering. I assume because of how they misplayed Labyrinth and because no one knows what to do when going up against Starry. And now here we are. The big one. the platinum. Ujin's in plat. That's impressive on its own. Opponent activates Time Thief Startup, summoning Bezel Ship. Then activates Rocket Launcher, summoning Rocket Tracer. Now, Quick Draw. I'm making up names. Quick Launch. Quick Launch to summon Rocket Tracer. Links away for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon will add Boot Sector Launch. Striker Dragon then targeting the Bezel Ship, popping it, adding Tracer back to hand. Activates the Boot Sector using its effect. Summoning Tracer and Time Thief Sidewinder. I do not have a Discord for my streaming career. No. I have YouTube. But that's hardly the same thing. Opponent will set one. Made Borreload with nothing to attach. What a choice. Feather Duster off rip, though. That's a great one. Activating it. Sweeping up all that nastiness back there. Set card was his own Duster. Oh god, Bujin names. Bujin Mahitosu's effect will activate, revealing herself, sending one other Bujin card from hand to graveyard. No, that's the other thing. Sending away Sinyo, summon self. Then sending away Mikazuchi, adding back Sinyo. And Torifune is then summoned. Its effect will activate, tripping itself for Yamato. Yamato will bring out Bujingi Quillin, and those will then overlay for Bujinte Susanoo. Torifune's effect, attaching itself to Susanoo. Susanoo will detach one, add Hime. Quillin will then bench itself, popping the Boral. Opponent surrenders. Bujin's win. On the subject of the Discord, there's a certain amount of... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not separation of church and state. That's a completely different thing. Follow that so I can look for future replays from you. A certain amount of separation between, I'm going to say, work and personal, where the Discord is the personal and where I don't like to blend that with this, which is the work. Respectfully. I would be down to watch more. But first, these three are calling my name. And unfortunately, after these three, I should probably go get some sleep because we are on hour 21. Unfortunately, not really. There are some other socials I'm on for podcast reasons, but that goes to another person and then it goes to me. This is when I started playing Novellas. Opponent summons Kashtira Fenrir. Fenrir effect. Ash Blossom in response. Then they reveal they're playing Labyrinth Cash, pitching Stovey Torby, setting Big Welcome. I've often been told I have a voice and face for radio. Lady Labyrinth will summon herself because a Labyrinth was activated. My turn, summon Diviner of the Herald. They drop their Ash Blossom on me. Unfortunate. Yeah, getting the regular not podcasting, that's the other thing. Regular streaming is a little difficult with my normal work schedule because working longer hours for most, but working on it. Always improving. Never give up, never surrender. Activate Nouvelle's restaurant at table. Adding fish recipe. Use its effect, send back my Balmonway. Get lucky and get today's menu. Activate it. Opponent activates Big Welcome. I chain Maxi to the Big Welcome. They will summon Lovely Labyrinth. Bouncing the lady. I get to draw an Ash Blossom, which is a little bit too late since I already used one. And the cards I get to add are Poultice and a fish recipe. Lovely will then pop a recipe in my hand, which was the meat recipe. Activate the fish, tribute the Ash Blossom I got as the materials for Poultice. Poultice. Her effect will let me draw a card, which is pre-prep. I'm getting turbo lucky. And then he made the mistake of using Fenrir's effect, targeting Poultice, which I'll then chain her effect, tributing herself and my own diviner. Summoning Foy Glacia, which I am the only person you'll find running her. He'll target 3 in my grave. Spin them back to the deck, and diviner was tributed. So she will summon Cyber Petite Angel. Petite Angel will add Benten. Activate pre-prep. Adding meat recipe and Confurus. Then activate the meat recipe, tributing Benten to summon Confurus. Which will force my opponent's monsters into attack mode because monster and ritual. Benten will then add a light fairy, which is another diviner, not that it matters. Cyber Petite and Confurus will link together. Dynamondo. Wild, they gave him an animation, but not any of the Nouvellas. Anyway, his effect's going to activate targeting the lady, and Glaciette will chain, tributing herself and Fenrir for Balmonway. Benten is spun. Balmonway will add another at table. Move to battle. He uses the lady's effect, summoning herself. I draw an Imperm. Main 2, Dynamondo, and Balmonway for Nightmare Unicorn. Using its effect, discarding the fish recipe. Setting Imperm. During the end phase, fish recipe and Balmonway are put back. He has 1 card off rip. He summons Ariana. I activate Imperm in response. Big Welcome Labyrinth, chaining off of the Imperm. Bouncing his Ariana. Imperm misses. Her effect will go through, adding another Big Welcome. Stovey Torby will be summoned. He will set. Stovey Torby will send itself away. And Ariana, setting Welcome. I draw pre-prep. Activate today's menu. Get another Balmonway and a fish recipe. Activate pre-prep. Adding another fish recipe and Boulabas. Summon Diviner. Diviner send away Herald of the Arclight. Arclight adding Bale Grill. Link away Nightmare Unicorn and Diviner. For Access Code Talker. I don't want him doing any of those nasty trap chain shenanigans. Access code targeting the Unicorn, getting 3,000. Banish Dynamondo and Unicorn to pop the back row. Use the field spell, send back Balmonway to draw, get Preparation. Use it to add Balmonway, and get back a meat recipe. Activate the fish recipe, tributing Bill Grill. Realizing he's going to keep playing off of 1 card on top, opponent surrenders. Just couldn't handle what I was cooking. Now this one, it could go either way. Activate Preparation. Sorry, pre-prep. adding Fish Recipe and Brulabas. Then activate Preparations, adding Ben 10. Activate Fish Recipe, tributing Ben 10. Summoning the littlest demon. And get to add Meat Recipe. Little demon does its search, or excavate rather, and Ben 10 will add her card first, grabbing me Diviner of the Herald. Spectacular card. Plenty of hits off of Brulabas, adding Bale Grill. Summon the Diviner, send away Herald. Herald adds Bon Monway. Activate the Meat Recipe, tributing the Diviner for Bon Monway. Bon Monway will use its card effect to add, and Diviner will also summon Cyber Petite Angel, adding Restaurant at Table. Petite will add another Ben 10. Activate the restaurant, adding Fish Recipe. Use the effect of the restaurant, sending away Ben 10 to draw a card, getting a second Ash Blossom. Petite and Bon Monway, not Bon Monway, Brulabas will turn to IP, set my Imperm. During the end phase, he now reveals himself to be a Labyrinth player using Stovey Torby's effect. With Lady chaining. Ladies on board. Stovey Torby will set Welcome Labyrinth in the same column as my Imperm. I get to add Max C. Super lucky. He sets one, turns to attack mode. I fire off Max C. He chains Welcome Labyrinth. I activate Imperm, targeting the monster he was so nice to summon. Lady will chain to that. IP will chain to that. Max C chain to IP. And one of my Ash Blossoms to negate his Max C. Max C is stopped. IP will resolve. Linking herself with my Bon Monway for Dynamondo. Lady will set Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. Imperm will negate Ariana's effect and stop the column of Welcome Labyrinth, and my Maxi will resolve. Dynamondo then targets his other set card, and my Ben 10 spins them both. He swings at my monster, which I will then tribute to summon Brulabas. Brulabas will do its excavation again. Add Pueltis. He keeps swinging, use Brulabas, tributing the lady. Confurus. Confurus will pop the card he just set. And absolutely dismantled. I'm like if a cook was also a surgeon. It's all about knowing where to make the cuts in the meat. And our grand finale. Start off by activating today's menu. Add a Pueltis and a Fish Recipe. Summon Diviner. Send away Herald. Herald is so kind as to add me Ben 10. Activate Fish Recipe, tribute Ben 10. Summon Pueltis. Alright, Lou. Thanks for stopping by and for letting me watch all those replays. Hope you enjoy more of what I do. Take it easy. Ben 10's effect, adding another Ben 10. And Pueltis, drawing Culinary Confrontation. Activate it. Summoning Poissonniere and Pâtisserie. Poissonnier's effect will add Meat Recipe. Then Poissonniere and Poultice turn into Dynamondo. Dynamondo effect. Target the Pâtissier I gave him. And Ben 10. Spin them both. Not my strongest opener. I'll be real with you folks. Opponent then reveals himself to be playing Libromancers, using the effect of Geek Boy, showing off that he has a fire starter in hand, summoning Geek Boy. Geek Boy attempts to do his search, activate Ash Blossom in response. Geek Boy not happening. He then summons Manju of the Thousand Hands. of the 10,000 hands, right? Senju is 1,000, Manju is 10,000. I'll respond by using Dynamondo, tributing it to summon Pueltis back from the grave. He gets his card. Pueltis will let me get a card too. He activates Libermancer Bonded, using Geek Boy and 10,000 hands. Make Doom Broker. Doom Broker will use its effect, setting Libermancer Intervention. Moves to battle, punches me directly in the face. Now I know what he's thinking. He's thinking he's got this intervention all prepped up and ready whenever I activate a card. He'll bounce his monster and negate it, summon a Libermancer. He attacked directly so it can bypass the Novellis effects. He doesn't know that I'm a 6-star chef. His ass is going on the grill. Get another Poissonniere. Activate today's menu. See if I can't bait out that back row. He still does nothing. Activate the restaurant at table. Add fish recipe. Use the effect of it. Send back my other Pueltis. Get a card. Activate meat recipe. Tribute Ben 10. For Bale Grill. Ben 10 effect. Bale Grill effect. Still not buying. No bites. But don't worry, he'll crack soon. Set Poissonniere on the scale. Use her effect, targeting Diviner. Pueltis will chain. Now, he activates Intervention. And this is where I activate Bale Grill, tributing his Doom Broker before it can be bounced, so his intervention whiffs, and I get a burger. Some beef for the road. And I get to make Balmonware, and slide up Poissonniere. And Diviner went to grave, so her effect will activate, and Poissonniere will activate. Poissonniere, adding Boulibas. Diviner summoning Cyber Petite. Balmonware, adding Confurus. Petite will add Benten. Activate fish recipe using Poissonniere. Boulibas is summoned. I get to add meat recipe from grave back to my hand. Then do its excavation, and Poissonniere will move to the pendulum zone. Doesn't really matter what I add off of the little guy, because he and Petite are going to be linked away for Dynamondo. So I can have 4 monsters of at least 2,000 attack on board, activate the meat recipe, send away Ben 10 for Pueltis, because I need a fully staffed kitchen. Pueltis to draw, Ben 10 to add. Get another Diviner. Pueltis gets me another Poissonniere. Swing Pueltis, Balmonware, Burger, Dynamondo, and the head chef himself. I'll teach you to attack me directly. And that has cleared out my replay log. I hope you all have enjoyed this demonstration of my unrivaled dueling abilities and commentary skills. Konami, I know you're listening. Pay me. Hire me first, but then pay me. I've been awake for far too long. I'm going to go to bed. Hopefully I have a pleasant rest. Hopefully all of you have a good day, a good night, good weekend, just a good one. Bye, everyone.